Hungarian Grand Prix is upon us, Jack.
Yes.
F1 is back after a week's break from the British Grand Prix.
Hamilton
And
win.
The Hamilton
I'm
win.
still loving it.
Oh, so excited about that. That's really good. But will he convert in Hungary? I say we just get straight into it. So obviously most pole positions. I mean, we might as well. Most pole positions, Lewis Hamilton with 8. Most wins with Lewis Hamilton on 8 around this track. It is a whitewash for the man in silver. The lap record.
He loves it.
He does.
He loves it at Hungary.
He does. The lap record is also Lewis Hamilton with a 1:16.6 in 2020.
What are you trying to tell me?
Lewis Hamilton is goated
He's
around
quite
this
handy
track.
around here.
However, I don't think he will win this weekend. But we'll get to that. Give me your biggest flop of the Hungarian Grand Prix weekend. Out of all 20 drivers. Or teams.
Yuki Tsunoda.
Oh, rogue choice. Tell me why.
Now, the thing is, Yuki's had a phenomenal start to the year. Thereabouts. He's had a pretty good, he's had outstanding races. A couple of bad ones, but quite a few outstanding ones, especially at the start. The only thing with me and Yuki, he will.
You have a thing with Yuki?
He will crash.
He'll crash.
He will crash at some point in the year.
You still think he hasn't ironed out that sort of...
No. Not completely. And I think it's going to happen this weekend.
So you think... Does he bin it in the race or qualifying? Or both?
In the race.
In the race.
In the race. I think he's going to take someone out as well.
That's interesting. Is that how the safety car comes out? Are we having a bit of a spicy race?
What do you want me to do? Do you want me to predict the safety car as well?
All right, man. All right, calm down. My flop
I'll predict the finishing order, shall
I? My flop of the weekend is Charles Leclerc. May seem like a little bit of a cop-out given the last few races. Well, it's not, because when I tell you my star and my top 3, it will all make sense.
Right, okay.
Charles, I think he's in a poor run of form. And I do think Sainz is beating him at the moment. He's had a very good season, though, overall, Charles has. I just think he needs the summer break. I think he does. He needs it. He does. He needs it. It's like how, if you're losing 3-0, you need half-time.
Oh, God. You need to sort yourself out if you're losing 3.
He needs the summer break, and he needs to come back with a bang. And I think he'll be biggest flop. Okay. Who's your star of the weekend?
My star of the weekend, which, to be fair, could also be kind of a cop-out in a way.
Okay.
I've gone Gasly.
Oh, okay. Right. Why have you gone Pierre Gasly? Just recent form?
Recent form, literally. I mean, we know, obviously, he didn't race in Britain.
Yep.
He had a whole new engine, so he didn't really take part in quali either. There was no point in wasting the car at that point. They didn't bother with him in Q1 at the end on the tries. So, apart from that, Pierre Gasly's been on a tremendous run of form since, is it Canada?
Yeah, he's been on a ridiculous run of form. He's outclassed Ocon since the Monaco incident, that's sure.
Oh, 100% outclassed Ocon.
Yeah. So,
no, I just think Gasly's form's going to continue. I think he'll be straight back in the points again, and he'll outdo Ocon again.
All right, fair enough.
Ocon's a race winner around here.
Yeah, that's one thing that we can't ignore as well. Another fun piece of trivia for maybe some of you who are new to F1. Esteban Ocon, Alpine driver, has won round here in 2021 in that very chaotic season that saw 6 winners, was it? Something ridiculous along those lines. It was a lot of winners, wasn't it?
A few winners. I mean, we only had that many winners because of the 2 that crashed all the time.
We won't name names. But anyway,
Max.
let's move on to my star of the weekend. I forgot.
Yeah.
Is Carlos Sainz in direct opposition to my flop, which I think will be Charles Leclerc.
You just think Carlos is going to have a great weekend and Charles is going to do shit.
Yes, and I've got a reason why.
Okay.
So this Ferrari, as we know, is very shaky through high speed. They haven't exactly figured out the car.
More downforcey. This track, yeah.
This track is second to Monaco with downforce. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe barring Singapore.
Yeah.
It's one of the highest downforce circuits we've got on the whole calendar.
It's a downforcey track, yes.
I think Ferrari will be the fastest car this weekend. And going off recent form, people will go, that's ridiculous. But I don't think it's that ridiculous to assume that. I really don't.
I think Ferrari will be back and back within the fight. I don't think they'll be fastest.
Well, we'll see. Who have you gone for pole position?
My pole position is Lando. I think McLaren's going to be fastest.
Do you?
I think like if you look over it all, they were there in Monaco in downforce.
They were.
Obviously, we also know you do need a bit of high speed around Hungary. It's not all downforce, is it?
No.
It is also high speed, which they have that in abundance.
Wow, man.
Well, they're
Some
there.
parts.
They are there.
Yep, that's fair.
They are the best car on its tyres. It takes a while for them to fire up, but that second phase of tyre, they're clear. Which
is where Oscar is good as well.
Hungary's hard on the tyres.
So
I think McLaren and Lando especially, he's going to have the bit between his teeth, and he's going to have a great weekend, and he's going to get pole.
Okay, fair enough. My pole position, I've gone with Carlos Sainz. I think Ferrari are going to be quick, and I think Sainz will pull out the bag.
I still think Ferrari's going to be the fourth fastest, you know.
I am putting all my eggs in one. I'm putting my eggs in the Ferrari basket this weekend.
The thing is, though, what I will say is I think Hungary will be the closest in terms of qualifying between the top four teams we've had all year. All
so
four
far.
teams will be there.
Yeah, because Ferrari are back into it.
I think Ferrari will be back into it. Mercedes are going to be right up there again. Like we know they're there now. Red Bull, well, Max will be there. Perez won't.
I agree to that though. Actually,
both McLarens.
Yeah, I agree. I think it will be the closest.
It's going to be ridiculously close.
Let's move on to your top three then. So give me your third place.
My third place is Oscar.
Oscar Piastri. Okay. Why have you gone with Oscar?
I've gone with Oscar Piastri. As I said, I think that McLaren's going to be great.
Yep.
And if it is that good, Lando's hitting a pole, I expect a podium from Oscar, and I think he'll get it.
Fair enough. Your second?
Second, Lewis Hamilton.
Okay.
I think that win from Silverstone is just going to do him the world of good and confidence.
Yeah.
He loves this track. He knows it inside out.
Yep.
And I think that Mercedes will be there on pace, and I think he will put himself in second, ahead of Max, ahead of Russell, and the Ferraris.
Okay, and your win?
Lando Norris. I genuinely think Lando Norris is going to whitewash it.
And he's not your star of the weekend?
No, because I think Pierre Gasly is going to be like top 8.
All right, well, that's fair enough. I mean, Lando
it
gets
was
a
close
second
for
win.
Lando being my star of the weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, our honourable mention, can I give 2? Gasly and Lando. But...
Okay, fair enough. My top 3. Third, I've gone with Max Verstappen. I don't think you can count him out. I don't think Red Bull will
No,
be
I don't
the
think you
quickest
can
car.
count him out, but...
No, I think he...
You can never count him out.
Even when Red Bull looks the 4th fastest out the top 4, Max somehow always seems to pull it out the bag. I don't think
Red Bull... I think Red Bull will be the 3rd fastest out of the top 4. I think Mercedes might be ahead of them this weekend as well.
I've controversially gone for no McLarens on the podium.
Well, that's controversial.
It's very controversial because
McLaren are ridiculous.
I can't leave out Verstappen, but then I also can't leave out my second place.
Hamilton.
Lewis Hamilton. He loves this track, as you said. He's won here 8 times. He's got the most pole positions here. He's got the fastest lap. He absolutely loves this circuit. When, obviously, when he's been in a car that's been on the back foot, I think to 2009 he won the Hungarian Grand Prix. I think to 2013 on the back foot once again won the Hungarian Grand Prix. I think to last year even pole position when Mercedes looked like they shouldn't be anywhere near it. Red Bull were absolutely clear. Hamilton goes and puts it on pole. So I can't count him out. He knows what he's doing, and I was so tempted to say he'll win this race, but I have to give it to Carlos Sainz. I know, very controversial. I know. I look like I've got apps. I'm full delusion ahead right now.
That is
okay.
full delusion. No,
I think Ferrari will be back.
If Ferrari's there and Carlos is on pole, I can see Ferrari potentially having one lap pace, but their race pace, especially over the last few weekends, have been shocking. I can see him being there maybe over one lap, but race pace, no chance.
I've gone with the Sainz win. Oh,
I
know. And I felt really bad about not putting McLaren's on the podium. But the thing is, I do agree with you. This one is very touch and go. I'm only saying Ferrari because I've got a gut feeling they'll be back, and that's kind of leaning my results towards that bias. But yeah. I do agree that this will be the closest or one of the closest weekends all season, and I think that top three could be anyone out of the top four.
It could be anyone out of the big four teams,
except Perez.
Apart from Perez,
yeah, except Perez.
Well, the thing is, the extraordinary thing is here we could genuinely see Max Verstappen be like sixth.
Yeah, you could, but you could also see him win.
Yes.
You could see Lando be sixth, but you could see Lando win. You could see a Ferrari potentially win if they are back. You could see Lewis Hamilton definitely could win. I mean, George could win. You don't know. Yeah. You have no idea.
George took pole the year before.
Yeah, he did. So you can't.
Mercedes have got form around here.
They do, yeah. Yeah, you can't count Mercedes out. You can't count McLaren out, definitely, in the form that they're in, Lando. You can't count Red Bull out with Max Verstappen, and you can't count Ferrari out because it's a downforce track. So it is going to be close.
Yeah, either way, you don't want to miss it. You want to join us live.
Absolutely. For
both qualifying and the race.
Yes.
So subscribe, hit that notifications.
Of course. And we'll see you in a bit. Let's go! Hungarian Grand Prix. Hamilton's going to win, even though I said Carlos Sainz.